It hasn't been all that long since I last updated the webshop and also channel, but since companies keep emailing me if I want free stuff and I keep replying with yes and then actually giving them my address, the packages keep showing up. Kind of strange how that works. Nonetheless, let's start off with the webshop first. So for the webshop, I added a lot of new products from Blackbox STL. These are 3D printed body kits, and also lots more wheels from my buddy Ollie Fizzle. He has created a couple of new designs, and those have all been added to the site. You can purchase those and they will be printed on demand. Alongside that, some new bottles of bellow have also been added to the same shop. And of course, not only that, as you might have seen the short I posted last week, there have been a couple of new kits that came in and also a lot of older kits that simply have been restocked from various brands, and lots of other stuff has been restocked as well. Alongside that, of course, all of these kits that I've just shown are being printed on demand, and the orders are coming in nice and consistent, and the printing is going really well. I hope all the customers that have received their products are really happy. While we're still on the subject of 3D printers and 3D printing, I of course still get lots of these new machines in. A bit too many if I'm honest, and it's getting a bit too much, but they are too cool to say no to, so kind of a dilemma. The one that has shown up most recently is from Qidi Tech. It is their XCF Pro. This thing is absolutely huge, has a super cool enclosure on it, lighting inside, and can print carbon fiber filaments. I haven't really put it to the test, but the first test file that came out was absolutely beautiful. Super smooth printing, nice edges, nice print lines, and just a super clean finish overall, so I'm really excited to see what this thing can do. Up next is the new Ender 5 S1 from Creality. This is one of their first prototype machines that has come out to one of the reviewers, and that is me. The video for this is in production currently and should be out in a week or so, ready for the official launch of this new printer. And then let's move on to my hallway that is completely filled up with various different printers and lasers from all over the place. The first one is from Sunlu. This is another FDM 3D printer, the Terminator T3. Pretty cool name for a printer. Let's hope it prints just as cool as the name implies. And then we're moving on to the Atezr P10 10-watt combo laser. This is an engraving and cutting machine that you've seen on the channel before, and I have a pretty cool project coming up with that, but it won't be on the channel for a little while. And then we have the Sculpfun. This is also another laser engraver. This is probably the next laser engraving project video that is going to come up on the channel. And then right on top of that, we have another one from Creality. I've shown this one in a previous video, but that was a pre-production prototype that didn't really work. So they sent out one of their new production versions with a couple of extra accessories. And again, that one will be coming up in the next couple of weeks as well with another cool engraving project. Then moving from my hallway to the actual workshop, and on my desk is one of the new printers from Elegoo, the Mars 3 Pro. This is their updated version of the Mars 3 that I've reviewed, I believe, last year or maybe early this year. I made a really cool project on, and will be doing a couple more projects with it in the near future, including a full kit print and also some accessories that I'm doing for my current build. These prints will all be done with the Nova 3D resin. This is just their standard ABS gray resin, and it works with these resin printers that I'm using, so I figured that would be a real cool combination of using their resins in the new printer and seeing what comes out. These are some of the wheels that I've tested so far in various sizes to see which one will fit and if they needed any further adjustment, and as you can see, there is another set printing right now. And I believe that's it as far as printers go at this point, but I might have missed some, I'm not exactly sure, as there's quite a lot of them, but I think this covered it for now. So let's move on to some big scale projects. In the past, I've shown you a couple of boxes already from the Agora Models kits that I have, and one of them is the New York Fire Department fire truck. This is a 1/24th scale functional kit with lights and ladders and all that other stuff. I have a lot of the packages already, but not yet all of them, so I won't be starting on that build until I have the final boxes and I can move on with it. Another project that I haven't started on but kinda wanted to have started on, but things changed along the year, is the Jaguar E-Type. This one is also from Agora Models, and at this point I have all 12 boxes, so I can build it from start to finish. Now, I contemplated repainting it and thought about doing it in British Racing Green, which isn't really all that original of a color, but it would look good with the tan interior that comes in the kit. But then again, it is painted in a super cool red, and I'm still really not sure what I want to do with it. If I decide to repaint it, this project will not be finished anytime soon, as that takes up so much of my time, and I don't really think it's worth it. So let me know what you guys think I should do. Just build it and show you the process of building it in the red, or do you absolutely want to see it repainted? Leave a comment down below, that would really help. And at this point, if you thought I didn't have way too much to do and said yes to every single thing that came up to me, well, then you're probably wrong, because I did say yes, and I do have way too much to do, but all of these projects are so incredibly cool. Together with IXO Collections, I've built a couple of their kits so far, and I'm currently building the Porsche 917 in the famous Gulf livery that Steve McQueen used in the movie Le Mans, and I'm still receiving more packages every month and building that up slowly. I've shown the engine so far and haven't really done anything else yet, but then another one arrived. This is one of their new collections. This is also a 1/8 scale, pre-painted, just assembly model. And this one is from the Alpine A10. I've built one on the channel a couple of years ago in 1/24 scale, which was a really cool thing to do for a customer, and now I'm going to build this one for myself in 1/8 scale. It's not going to be repainted or modified. I'm simply just going to build it out of the box and maybe add some small details here and there, but this is another exciting build that I'm really excited for to show you guys. But I'm first going to save up a couple of boxes before I start on it, and maybe I should finish some of the projects that I still have. That sounds like a good idea. Speaking of projects I still have, that is of course the Volvo Amazon. This one is also from IXO Collections. It came in one big box, and I've started on the engine and chassis, and will be moving on to the interior next. And in the meantime, I just got a small package from them with some updated parts that were incorrect on their original kit. This one is one that I've shown before, a 1/8 scale kit from Revell. This is just a plastic kit, and it fits in really nicely with these, so that is available as well from Revell. Up next are a bunch of magazines. These are Modelcars Magazine. They have interviewed me a couple of months ago about my channel, my web shop, my journey from start to finish. Well, I'm not finished yet. My journey from start to now. And they are going to be publishing that in, I think, the next issue. And in the meantime, they've sent me out a couple of their previous issues to show you guys how cool this magazine actually is, what you can expect from this magazine, and these super in-detailed articles. And this one specifically, it has a really deep dive into 3D printing, building your own kits, and all the stuff you probably need to know about 3D printing before you get started with it. Super interesting article, and a lot of other cool things, builds and shows they are highlighting in these magazines as well. I believe it is a monthly magazine, but I could be wrong there. If you're interested in it, feel free to go to Modelcars Magazine and check it out. Now, it doesn't really happen all that often these days that I buy something for myself, and in this case I have. It is a conversion kit for one of the Revell or Atezr or Heller S500 or 600 kits, making it an S55 AMG, which I think looks really cool, and I just snagged that up for myself. And up next is the final set of boxes that arrived. This one was kind of a surprise. I have had conversations with Fugu Garage in the past to do some collaborations, maybe for their Mustang GT500, some wheels, and other stuff all around that they offer, and then kind of lost contact and nothing ever seemed to come of it. No problem, happens all the time. They're probably busy, have some other stuff going around, I don't know. Again, no big deal. I'm just moving on. I still have plenty of other things to do, and with plenty I mean too much, and I'm kind of drowning myself, but I'll survive. I'm just gonna plow through it and enjoy myself with all of the toys I'm getting. Now, Coming back to the surprise part, this package just randomly arrived at my door. I had no prior knowledge of it actually coming, and I also didn't choose any of these kits, so imagine what my face looked like when this arrived and I opened the box to find two super cool conversion kits. One is for the R34 GTR, making it into a Liberty Walk wide body, and the other one is for a Tamiya Subaru BRZ or Toyota GR86, again converting that into a Liberty Walk wide body as well. Both of these conversion kits are not necessarily the style that I like to build, but nonetheless are really cool kits. And I'm just going to go through the box to show you guys what is actually inside. It is a combination of 3D printed parts. The gray parts that you see here seem to be 3D printed on a resin printer at super high quality. And just again, super high quality, nothing more to say. They look really nice. And the other ones that are the beige tan-ish color seem to be resin cast parts. Super flawless parts. They have a little bit of flashing here and there, but that is on the inside and just easily snapped out, as you could see earlier on. And the wheels again seem to be resin 3D printed. Now same goes for the GR86 conversion kit, also a combination of 3D printed and resin cast parts. The bigger parts seem to be resin cast and the smaller parts seem to be resin printed. And the one for the GR86 also comes with a small instruction booklet showing you which parts to install where and what you probably need to remove in order to fit all of them. So let's just have a quick glance at the parts. Same as for the R34, the wheels are 3D printed in resin, and there are even two-piece wheels, and those locking nuts are a separate part, which is a pretty cool system. And then they have some flexible rubber tires, same on the that talking is really hard. Same on the R34, and in this case a completely new front end. Some parts still need to be removed, but that is just for transportation and keeping the parts a lot more rigid and not breaking. On this front fender there is also a panel line. It is not super deep, so could use a little bit of work, but overall the casting quality is top notch and one of the best that I've seen so far, and that is a pretty big compliment, as resin casting is really hard, specifically for all these tiny parts. Now I don't know if or when I will be building these, but if you're interested in one of their kits, feel free to check out their website. I will be leaving the links down below. That's it for this update. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.